Hello and welcome back to my Pokémon Horizons review series. Today we're reviewing episode 41. Let's get started and I hope you enjoy. So this week we are blessed with another Dot focused episode as her mother Blanca arrives on the ship. Straight away she's a real intense funny character, spamming Dot and Murdoch with text and neither of them are replying. It was cool to get more of a look into their family dynamic with Murdoch being Dot's uncle, something I often forget about. But Dot's mum Blanca arrives on the ship with her midnight Lycanroc, and of course as Murdoch has the Rockruff, I think it would be really cool if this family ended up being from Alola. We don't know where Murdoch actually came from or how he met Freed. We know he worked in Galar for a bit and it would be cool if their origins were in Alola. But Blanca was your typical overprotective mother. She couldn't stop talking, Lycanroc kept cutting her off, which was hilarious. But basically she is here to take Dot home as the trial period is over. And you really can't go wrong with this plotline, and we saw it in black and white with Bianca, and that was also a really good episode. But this whole conflict is that Dot's mum wants to know how she's doing and if this trial period is working. But Dot struggles to open up and explain, and this is of course where her new friends Liko and Roy come in and speak to Dot themselves. And we even get some more backstory for Dot and we learn how she actually came to be on the ship. While streaming she hit a wall, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to when it comes to content. She didn't know what to do, she needed to get out and learn more about the world. And that's when she comes across some of Freed's stuff online. And then wait a minute, Freed is in her damn living room. That was just so random. But it turns out Freed is actually a friend of Murdoch, so I hope we see how they met as well one day. But Dot helps Freed fix his phone and he asks her to build them an app. Pretty straightforward from Freed, but I love Dot's reaction because it's so relatable. You can tell this is something she wants and needs. She needs to get out, but she's scared. She's set in her ways and she's comfortable. She even comments in one of the Iono streams and Iono tells her to get out there and spread her wings and fly, which was an amazing parallel to the brave Sagi right outside her window. And it also shows why she respects Iono so much. It all just came together really nicely. Pieces that we already knew started to add up and we learn how Dot came to be a part of this crew. It was a backstory I didn't expect, but I can really appreciate it. But still, Dot is struggling to tell her mum all these things that she's learned and how much she's grown. So of course it's Pokemon, so the best way to settle this is in a battle. And now that Dot has become a trainer, it is the perfect time. We get a Quaxly versus Lycanroc battle, but it wasn't anything special. It just helped Dot convey her feelings to her mum and how she's caught new Pokemon and how she truly wants to stay. And just like Liko and Roy have recently, Dot's Quaxly learns a new move being the low kick, which was pretty cool. Although I have no idea how Dot won this battle with just one attack landed. But it was still the meaning behind the battle rather than the battle itself, so I could still enjoy it. Dot admits that she wants to stay and that she's gained so much from being here, and her mother starts crying and saying that that's all she needed to hear. Just some really wholesome stuff in this episode. I felt it could have done a few things better, but the message hits home and more Dot development is always a positive. Also, I did not expect to see the whole backstory for Dot. I love how Horizons slowly is giving us everyone's stories. As soon as we get that cropped screen, we know we're in for a good episode. But overall, this was a really good one. It did even more for Dot and even Murdoch's characters. It kind of makes me want to know more about Murdoch himself and how he came to join the crew as well and meet Freed. And I'm sure all of that will come because this episode gives me hopes for the likes of Molly and Murdoch as well. So a good episode. I do wish the battle at the end was a little better, but it was nice to see Quaxly finally learn a new move as well. So positives all around for this one. I'm going to give this episode a 8 out of 10. Let me know what you thought. What is your rating out of 10? Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.